Hello, welcome back to the channel. Just an update on what's been happening with my farmland. So this is the other road. We'll start here. So I just kept all those bamboo in place to give us privacy, and I started making just a temporary fence just so that people don't just wander in to our property and do what they like. So I just made a temporary fence just to say, yep, someone's going to be living here, someone owns the place, and I just put a drum there just so that no tractors and no utes or anybody just comes by to have a wander. We started trimming these down. We're going to put a carport here, topsoil, put some gravel down, and then carport here. I'm trying to level up the land as much as possible so that it flows nice and even with the water when it rains hard. So that patch there used to be flooded, and I think it should be okay now. Same with that area there. We've cleared the way for a truck to come in. So we've got about over 8 to 10 meters around here, so the truck can easily come in and put a knockdown house or a tiny house. In Thailand we call it a knockdown house, and we're going to put it here. This is where I marked it out. I have trimmed all this tree down. Just got a few tree stumps to kill. They seem to grow back quite easily, of course, because it's just been cut at the top, not down at the root. But this way it definitely kills the root. We will see what happens. I managed to get it down, climb up my homemade ladder. A bit risky, a bit dodgy, but it's not that big of a fall. So that should be enough for the tiny house. And also I have mowed the lawn. I just used the brush cutter. That's what everybody uses these days. And over here, nobody really uses lawnmower. They just use that. Normally in the morning I see people on the side of the road here, and what they're doing is they're cutting grass and collecting grass for their cows, and they use that machine, the machine that I just brought yesterday, to cut the grass. Grass is growing so quickly because it's been raining a lot. So let's try to see what I can do with this mowing technique. You don't want that flying off, that blade. Well, after doing about 5 years of commercial lawn mowing, I would say this is very slow. It sure looks nice when it's mowed. Looks very, very clean. In the pond area, I have tried everything to catch a fish. I've tried worms, I've tried meat, I've tried hook, I have tried the trap. I don't think there's any fish here. I think there's just only frogs just jumping around. So what I'm going to do in a couple of weeks is I'll buy some fish and release it here and just let them grow up, and then I should have some fish to fish out of here. So that was disappointing. I have been trying, but the only fish that's coming around is just those small fish. There are other birds around. I noticed there's one bird that kind of looks like a pheasant, and when I get some free time I'm gonna try to shoot that because it's a good source of meat. Over here, still waiting for the chickens. I have cleared some more trees. I have been busy just clearing trees after trees after trees. And the main reason is we want to get some sunlight into these bamboo. Now, we did make a bit of income this week. It's not a lot, but it's a start. We've been selling these bamboo shoots. So once it gets to that size, you can cut it and boil it and eat it. And we've been collecting bags amount, and we've been selling it online. So that's a cool little project that we're doing at the moment, just to make a little bit of money. Just trying to keep my plants alive. I've got my coconut there, a miniature coconut, banana, that's starting to, yeah, that's still alive. And my garden there, which some plants have died because of the heat. And over here I have ordered one more hut, and that's currently getting made right now. Today we've got the guys that make our bamboo hut. They made that. They came here to come and buy some bamboo off us to make another hut for us. So their truck is there, and they're just over there selecting what kind of bamboo they want to buy and make. And what they're doing is I've ordered one which is like an outside dining kind of thing. So you sit down, you can chill, relax, you can have your food there. So they took about 40, so that is 400 baht. We've still got plenty left, and it'll just keep on growing. And this is actually my first income in Thailand, selling my bamboo for furniture and building material. It's quite a magical place. You can see all these butterflies flying around and all these exotic birds. It's really relaxing here. And also I've been clearing all this out. That's all the bushes and the trees that's here, and that is ready to be burnt in a couple of days. I made a trench, just clear the trench so the water, when it rains hard, the water starts flowing down here and then out into the pond, which is over there. So there should be no flooding. Water should just go to the pond, to that pond, to the rice field, and it shouldn't flood over there. The last person that brought this place was about 30 years ago, and when they brought it, the thing with some of these land is that you don't know where the boundary is. So we've paid someone from the council to come over here and measure the land up. So once we know that this part belongs to us, we don't know which part belongs to us around here, but once we know which part belongs to us, we might cut this area down and just have a hut here, because you've got a view over here. But I think from this point onwards, that's our neighbour's land over there. So we are just waiting on that at the moment. It's just waiting for the council to come and measure that. It's a long wait. It's about a month and a half, so around September is when they will come. So we cannot order a tiny house at this stage, because once we order a tiny house, it has to be connected up with the water, power, septic tank, and if we put that in the wrong place, it's going to be a costly mistake to move it all. So we've just marked it out and just get it ready, and once it's all go ahead, we'll get that tiny house put in. It's all right to, have these huts, because you can just hire some locals to lift it up and move it. There's nothing connected up, and also with this hut here, there's nothing connected up. But once we get that tiny house, it's all going to be powered and everything.